And a very pleasant good morning, TGIF, my friends. It is Friday, November the 15th, and we are headed in a nice direction today. A little chilly this morning, but sunshine should warm our temperatures into the 40s this afternoon. Before we get to the weather, let's talk about the good, bad, and the ugly. Actually, let's not talk about the good and the bad and the ugly just yet. Let me give some props out to the good, which is the sponsor of Wake Up WhiteBoard Weather. Each and every weekday morning, we give a shout out to our good friends at WetGo Car Washes. There are over 40 plus WetGos located throughout the area, and this would be a good day to head to WetGo. I went yesterday to get all the road salt off of my black truck. And if you have a similar setup with road salt on your vehicle, visit a WetGo, get yourself a guard wash. I recommend the all-weather or the showroom wash, not only because they have additional suds and waxes and protectant and wheel shines, but they also get the bonus perks when you do the all-weather or the showroom wash, which means you can use those perks toward future fuel and or grocery purchases. So visit your favorite local WetGo and get yourself all cleaned up for the weekend. Welcome to Wake Up WhiteBoard Weather, everyone, for this Friday. And before we get into the weather, the good, the bad, and the ugly from football last night. The good, congratulations to the Pitt Panthers. Nice victory over the North Carolina Tar Heels. The bad and the ugly are all wrapped up into the last 30 seconds of the Steelers-Browns game last night. Now, if you went to bed early, you're going to find out what happened really soon, because it is the story of the day with what occurred in the last 30 seconds of the game. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Mason Rudolph threw a screen pass. Myles Garrett from the Browns took him to the ground. They had an exchange on the ground, and what ensued was Myles Garrett ripping off Mason Rudolph's helmet as he was dragging him, ripped it right off of his head, and then proceeded to use that helmet as a weapon to strike Mason Rudolph over the head, using it as a weapon, and potentially could have caused serious injury. It was one of the ugliest scenes you're going to see on a football field. My 2 cents, for what it's worth, Myles Garrett should not be playing football again anytime soon. Nothing less than a year-long suspension will be sufficient, and they should be showing up at Mason Rudolph's, or not Mason Rudolph, at Myles Garrett's house today with an arrest warrant, because, quite frankly, that is assault with a potentially deadly weapon. The dude should be in jail. So that's my 2 cents. But you're going to hear a lot of takes and talk about it today. Again, it is the story of the day. And nobody's talking about the football game, which, of course, the Steelers lost, but everyone's talking about the ugliness in the last 30 seconds, and rightfully so, because it is it was, again, just an ugly, ugly, ugly scene. So there you go. Got that out of the way. Now, it is frosty outside. Yes, D, it is. Temperatures in the mid to upper 20s, which we'll get to in a moment. Today, if you have some extra time, is National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. It is also National America Recycles Day today, National Philanthropy Day today, and National Raisin Bran Cereal Day today. Born on this day, Charles Payne, the financial television analyst, if you will, from Fox Business. John Roberts, the journalist. I think he's a White House correspondent now. Ed Asner. You remember Ed Asner from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and Lou Grant, I think it was. He's 90 years old today, so God bless Ed Asner. And if you were a fan of wrestling back in its heyday, the Macho Man Randy Savage was born on this day until his passing back in 2011, so he would have celebrated his birthday today. Now, let's get into some weather information. This won't take long, thankfully. This is, by all considerations, a fairly quiet snooze and cruise pattern for mid-November. in western PA. Again, chilly as you head out the door this morning. Some neighborhood temperatures. Newcastle 26, Beaver Falls 29. It is 29 in Pittsburgh, a little chillier in Indiana. Latrobe at 23, in Washington at the airport there reporting 20 degrees this morning. That is the outlier on the colder end of the scale, but wind is not adding any bite because winds are generally very light or calm. So as you head out the door, a general, this is what you can plan for: 25 degrees, southwest wind at 3, the dew point temperature at 20 degrees. Now, heading through the day today, we are going to enjoy a lot of sunshine, and for that matter, should get a fair amount of it over the weekend. So it is well timed for those of you that have been asking, when will it get nice enough again for me to maybe do some outdoor decorating? While it will be cool this weekend, I think it will be, with the sun out, warm enough that you should be able to get outside and get some of that outdoor decorating done, or maybe hang the lights. Here's the breakdown of your Wake Up Whiteboard for a Friday morning, brought to you by WetGo Car Washes. Again, 40+ locations, one near you. Visit your local WetGo, get yourself cleaned up, get all that road salt, all that muck from earlier in the week off of your vehicle, get all shined up and ready to go for the weekend. The breakdown today: 8 a.m. fair and cold, 26 degrees. We increase by 10 at noontime. 36, a mostly sunny sky. And 42 is where we'll end up this afternoon. I do think we may mix in at least some high cloudiness with the sunshine later this afternoon. So I'll call it a mixture of clouds and sunshine. For your on-the-go notes, for the WhiteBoard Championship games at Heinz Field tomorrow, there are 4 of them. It will be dry, but it will be chilly. The first game begins at 11 a.m. and the last one slated to begin, excuse me, shortly after 8 o'clock. Slight warming trend will take place over the weekend, late this weekend and early next week, pushing our temperatures at least into the mid-40s, and that is, I guess, considered a warming trend, considered where we're coming from earlier in the week. And our next precipitation chance is not going to be until Tuesday, so we're going to enjoy a nice little dry stretch of weather into at least the early part of next week. So that is your Wake Up Whiteboard for Friday, TGIF, brought to you by WetGo Car Washes across western PA. So there you go. Now, as I mentioned earlier, today is National America Recycles Day today, and you're always encouraged to recycle whenever possible. I thought I'd focus in some little fun facts on aluminum cans because they are the most recycled item in the USA. Just FYI, there is no limit to the number of times aluminum can be recycled. Recycling an aluminum can, going through the process, it can be back on a store shelf in 2 months. And finally, if you do not recycle aluminum cans, they can stay in their form for 500 years. So there you go. You're encouraged to recycle whenever possible. There you go. That's going to do it for today. Do me a favor and click the little share button whenever we're done here. Push out Wake Up Whiteboard weather to all of your friends, your family. Let them know about it. We want them to join us here each and every morning and afternoon. Speaking of which, I will see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock for our Friday afternoon edition of Whiteboard weather. So have yourself an outstanding day today. Enjoy the sunshine. Don't forget the shades and the jacket as you head out the door. I will see you at 3. Peace.